Hi, Ken Davis, President and founder of Triumph Manassas. Today I'm featuring a really fun motorcycle. This is a 2004 Triumph Thunderbird Sport. The Thunderbird Sport is a really unique motorcycle. They took the Triumph Thunderbird, which they built from the late 90s into the early 2000s, and they took it from a cruiser into what they called a sport model, which is really more of a standard. It's a very straight upright seating position. You're slightly canted over the bars, nothing like a real sport bike, but just a very comfortable, neutral riding position. But they upgraded a lot of things on the bike when they did that. They put dual disc brakes on the front instead of the single disc, adjustable suspension front and rear. They upped the horsepower slightly with a redesign of the exhaust system. It's a 6-speed gearbox in the Thunderbird Sport. A lot of niceties like that. 17-inch wheels front and rear instead of the staggered 18-16 setup that came on the regular Thunderbird. They only made really a small amount of these bikes. They made it in 98 and 99, year 2000, and then again in 2003 and the beginning of 2004. So it was only a few model years. 04 was the last year they built the bike, and they only built a handful in 04. They did a different color every year, just about. This color is specific to the 2004 model, black with the yellow accents. And this is just an incredible motorcycle. I own one of these myself, a year 2000, that I ride to work several days a week. It's a great, great motorcycle. It's my favorite motorcycle. This is a 14,000 mile example. I bought this from its second owner, and I've gone through it completely from one end to the other, as we like to do here, to put the bike in ready to ride, point and shoot condition. I'll try to go through what I did. We changed out the tires. I think it still had the original tires, if I'm not mistaken, but we changed out both tires with the Bridgestone BTO 23s and with their radial specific tubes that are designed to go with radial tires. We changed out the front fork seals. We redid the front forks because they start to leak at this time in their life. And we did a major service to the bike. Spark plugs, engine coolant, valve check and adjustment. We went through the carburetors and cleaned, synchronized all the carburetors. Engine oil, of course. Everything that you could do to the motorcycle, we just did. Flushed the brake fluid, the clutch fluid, basically renewed all the wearable parts. It's been road tested. It's in immaculate condition. It rides like a brand new motorcycle again. And we've spent the money on it so that when you buy it, it's not going to be an annoyance. It's going to be a fun motorcycle that you can ride every day, and you're not going to be throwing any money at it for a long time. That's the way we like to sell it. To do that, that investment of what I just went over was somewhere in the $1,500 to $1,800 range. That's something that you're not going to get when you buy the typical used motorcycle off the street. And so it's priced accordingly. It's not priced like a Craigslist bike that you would need to do all that stuff with and run it back and forth to the dealership for 2 years trying to get it right. The bike's done. It's ready to go. It's in the condition that I would want it in if I was going to ride it myself. That's the way we're selling the motorcycle. The paint is virtually flawless. It's clearly an indoor stored motorcycle. There's no corrosion around the fasteners and stuff. It still looks nice. It still looks clean. It's beautiful. It's a fun bike to ride. It's got plenty of power. Handles awesome, especially with the new Bridgestone radials on it. The handling is really improved. Again, you got a fully adjustable suspension. It's an 885cc triple. It's a lot of fun to ride, and it turns heads everywhere you go. They just don't make a motorcycle like this anymore, and it's unfortunate because it is such an awesome bike. And they become quite the cult bike. If you follow them, the prices of these bikes have actually gone up over the last couple of years because there's very few good ones out there with low mileage like this one, and especially in the condition of this one. So that's the bike.